Everyone, I'm John Davis, Community Relations Director with the Oxford Park Commission. To my right, my friend Brian Fisher, who runs our lacrosse program. How you been doing good?
Great. Had a great summer. Back from camp, so we're ready to go.
I was going to say, your summer is a lot more, it's work, but it's more adventurous than a lot of people's.
Well, we live outside. We live at a camp.
You live in a camp. He lives in a camp in New Hampshire, and how long were you there? 8 weeks?
6 weeks. We go
6 weeks.
We go 6 weeks. Well, we're up there longer, but we have students.
What was a kind of a highlight, would you say? I know, different times you've gone to different things, different adventures, different plays, or different, maybe sightseeing is a better way to. What was kind of a highlight this summer?
Highlight for the summer was the huge fish that got away.
The huge fish that got away.
First week we were there, we had a gigantic fish on the line, and we almost had him to the dock. He got away.
Well, what do you think? 10 pounds? 12 pounds?
I wouldn't say that big, but just old and big.
He
was a big old bass.
Big old bass. Well, I hate that you didn't bring it in, but I am glad that you're back. Brian is, again, like I said, the lead instructor of our lacrosse program here, our co-ed lacrosse program here. And he's joining me to talk about where we stand. We've got our third semester coming up this fall, and it starts Sunday, August 25th. And all the practices, all the instructional is going on at FNC Park, and we'd love for you to be part. You excited about number
Absolutely.
3?
Yes. It's going to be really similar to what we've done. Mm-hmm. Everybody's still going to be young. Everybody's still going to be new. It's still going to be catching, throwing, learning to move, learning to do things on the run, learning the basics. It's entirely skill-based and skill-oriented. This is rec. We're not competitive. Hopefully, once we get a couple of weeks into it, we'll be able to have some small-sided games.
And you did have some games.
We did have some games last year in the spring. That's right. We play 4-on-4. We mark off a small field. They stay non-contact. They can play co-ed. Doesn't matter how many boys, how many girls we've had. And it just gives them the chance to move the ball through the air with a pass, if they can do it, if they've gotten that far and their skills are that good, and then to shoot on the goal a little bit. And mostly, the biggest aspect is learning to do things and make decisions on the move.
How have you adapted to this role? This is your third semester. Do you feel like you're just that much better of an instructor, if you will, compared to this time last year? I mean, we didn't know what to expect. We had a great response to sign up.
Right.
Then you get everybody out there. Do you feel like you've really kind of taken some steps? You've seen what works, that kind of a thing?
Yeah, it's patience.
Patience.
It's patience. I did not come from coaching anybody below the 9th grade.
Okay.
Before this experience. And just like with your own...
And now you have 7- and 8-year-olds.
Just like with your own kids. Just like with your own kid, you have to understand it's okay, this is where they are. Uh-huh. First off, we're not going to put pads on, and we're not going to hit. We're not going to... There's a whole slew of things you can just set aside. And then you have to understand where they are, mm-hmm. what they can do, and meet them, just like teaching, meet them where they are. You can't ask them to do Z if they can't do A through Y. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense. So it's baby steps, which is perfectly fine for the age group and the ability level we're working with. Again, the goal is to get a stick in their hands, get some feel for it, get them moving. First off, get them outside on a Sunday afternoon when it's probably really nice outside. And then even if it's not nice outside, you can still go outside and play.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I have enjoyed about lacrosse, but I think the aspect that you're outside doing something, the physical activity has been a big benefit for a lot of these kids.
Huge, absolutely. And then, again, this is our third semester. They're still learning. If the student, if he was, 10, 11, 12, 13 or whatever, he's still picking it up. She's still picking it up. And then after another semester, after another 2 semesters, however long, because a lot of our kids, this is the only time they do it is with us, because there's not a lot of kids to catch and throw with in the neighborhood. And then, if they want to go on and they can play in school, Regents plays, then they can go on to that. And if we grow enough of them at that point, perhaps maybe we'll have a team too. But it's all about organic growth and getting the kids out there and, again, catching, throwing. This is how it works.
And the cost is $60, but it's $40 if they have.
It's $40 if you've already been with us and
Right.
you have your stick. If you're new,
It's
this
$60.
is the bargain rate
Right.
because your registration includes the stick and a ball
Right.
to start.
Right.
So for $60, you get all of our sessions, you get the stick, and you get the ball. And if you've got somebody in the neighborhood who's got a stick, you can catch and throw with them. Even if you don't, if somebody's got a baseball glove or a softball glove, you can catch and throw with your parent or your sibling who's got a baseball glove.
And I think that's a very big thing to point out, everyone. I mean, even if you don't know anything from a parental standpoint about lacrosse, you know that there's a ball involved. You can actively participate
Yes.
with a baseball glove. You can still help your child improve their skills.
15 minutes in the evening, back and forth. It's soft. If the kids are new, it's going to be soft. They're not going to be throwing the ball hard. And it's just 15 minutes in the evening. That's all you got to do.
So it's a great sport. I've gone out. I've taken pictures. I've learned a lot about it. Brian does a great job. He's outstanding with kids, and of course you have a great knowledge of the sport. And I think it's been fun for a lot of them.
It's
to
a
get
great
out there.
time. It's an absolutely great time. Again, because there's no pressure.
No pressure.
You know, there's no. We're again, we play small-sided games, but we're not preparing for a game. We're not there to in the boys' contact game to beat up on each other and to physically pound each other. It's just skill-based and movement, and it's Sunday afternoon's a great time to be outside.
And I've presented it. Sundays have a new look is what I've been promoting it as. Sundays have a new look with the co-ed lacrosse program here. He's Brian Fisher. I'm John Davis. Thanks for joining us.